Now then, you lot, how are we all? Just off on a bit of a mission today, heading into a local woodland. I'm going to be testing out what I've got strapped to my front in this pack. My wife's just been laughing her head off at me walking out of the house. So yeah, we're going to have a little look at the contents of my sack here. I know you're all eager to see the contents of my sack. So all I've got with me is what's in here. I've got my walking poles as well. So it's currently springtime in the UK, and yeah, what more can I say? All it seems to do lately is pee it down. So I've got stormy clouds behind me, full of rain, and then over towards, that's Win Hill in the background, the blue skies, which were just out, are disappearing. Hence why I've just chucked my coat on, but at the same time I've got my little legs out and wearing shorts. It's quite mild, wind keeps picking up, but yeah, it's England, what more do we expect? So I did a wild camp a couple of weeks ago on Kinder with my eldest Jay, and I tested out the OneTigris Tentsformer, which is a poncho tarp from OneTigris. So I was quite impressed with how it handled up. Yeah, it was pretty impressive with the wind that picked up and the conditions. So I thought, you know what, I might stick with it for this summer. So what I've gone and done is I've gone and ordered the bug mesh inner, which fits a couple of different OneTigris setups, but it's designed for the Tentsformer. And then as well as that, I've got a ground sheet, which is, it's like a double one, a two-person one. But I'm going to use that for my bivvy to lie on, and then I'm going to fold it up if I need to underneath the setup I've got. Quite a functional bit of kit. Can use it as a bit of a top as well at the same time. So yeah, we're going to head out now and have a little look at it all. That blue sky is coming back slowly. Right, just trying to figure my way around. I've never been to this part of this woodland before, so I'm just trying to find a way in now, but generally when I've been here it's been winter time, so it's always quiet. All the pine cones are on the floor, you can easily get in, but because it's spring and everything's shot up, it's yeah, it's a little bit overgrown at the minute. So I'm gonna head in here and try and find a suitable location. That's it then guys, we're in. I can definitely tell it's spring now. Listen out to all the birds. Right, let's sit you down over here a minute and I will show you the contents of my sack. So in this little tactical bag here, we've got a ground sheet. We've got the Tentsformer, OneTigris Tentsformer, which is a poncho tarp. And as well, we've got the bug net inner. So I've had a couple of packages delivered lately, so eager to get out and test them and show you guys how I get on with them. Right, you're gonna laugh your head off at this bit. When I put this on in my house the other day, my kids absolutely pissed the sand. So I look like some type of human rocket. There are a lot more different references, but I think that's probably the kindest one. So imagine you're on your walk, you're on your hike, it's springtime, and it starts absolutely bouncing it down, which it does every hour or so in this country. So I reach into my sack here, I pull out this first bag. So this is the OneTigris Tentsformer. So in this bag got the poncho, the pegs, some extra cordage. So what we do is we stick this on. I've only had it on a couple of times. By the time you get it on, you'll be soaking wet. If you're old like me. Right, rain. So this thing is massive. You can zip it up. So with this thing on, you can cover your backpack and everything. It's 1,500, some type of super ripstop 75D nylon. So it's definitely waterproof. Obviously I've got this chest pack on in a minute, but you get the picture. That's you, nice and dry. And while you've got this on, what you can do is you can reach back into Jim Bob's special sack, find a different pocket, and in a different pocket you can find your OneTigris ground sheet. So the OneTigris ground sheet will double up as a tarp. So I've seen a few reviews online where they're slagging this off, saying it's a bit pointless because if you put it on as a poncho, you've got to set it up as a shelter after and you're going to get soaked while you're setting it up. I had a little look online and they do a massive ground sheet. So what I would suggest is, if you're in a wooded area like this, you get your ground sheet out or your tarp, you get that suspended between some trees while you set up your poncho. That's it, job's a good one. So as well in this sack, I've got the mesh inner, which we're going to have a look at. I've not had this up yet, so I'm interested to see what it's like. And then in the bottom of here, I've got some spare pegs, decent alley type, and some extra cordage. So, if you bear with me, we'll have a look at all this, we'll get it set up. But yeah, for now, I'm in the middle of the woods on my own, wearing some type of big Johnny. When my eldest sees this, he'll be laughing his head off. That's it, officially lost the plot. Come on. I do hope nobody's watching me. Like I say, I did sleep on Kinder Scout just with this, my Bivvy bag. So if you're interested in watching that video, I'll stick a link down below and you can have a laugh at me and my son nearly getting blown off top of Kinder. But yeah, let's set this up. I'll do a bit of a time lapse. Tell you what, I don't know if you can hear that. People call them widow makers, but I can hear the trees rubbing together. Somewhere over there. I thought it were a bird noise to start with. I thought, what is that? And it's like a creaking noise, so it's the tree rubbing up against the other one. If it's one of them down in the middle. Have to be careful camping out here, kids. There is a lot of trees fallen. A bit further over there, I'll take you over in a bit. There's some really big ones that have just come out of the roots. When the winds have picked up, you won't want to be set up underneath that, would you? So yeah, that's it, set up, ready to roll. I would usually put the ground sheet underneath it, but I've left it out for now because I want to try a little bit of something separate. You do need one walking pole to get this set up, but I've brought two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and rig something up with a tarp over the front as a bit of a porch, see if it'll work. But generally, if I'd go out with this, I would put that down as a ground sheet. But yeah, that's it. OneTigris set up. It comes with some nice bungee type stuff. And these pegs that it come with, really lightweight. They're quite good quality, to be fair. Again, I've not put it up properly as a tree stump, but just so you can have a quick look at it, really. Like I said, went up Kinder Scout with it. 25 mile an hour winds most of the night. And yeah, it handled it quite well, to be honest. The only thing I did different when we were up Kinder, so where your guy lines are, instead of just putting the peg round it, they come with these little like a stretchy bungee ones on them. So what I did is I just used the bungees so it'd take a bit of recoil off the tent as it were flapping in the wind, and it worked out really well, to be honest with you. So yeah, as daft as you look wearing it, like I said, my kids laugh their absolute heads off if I put it on as a poncho. But if you're out in some severe weather, I think you'd prefer to look like an idiot wearing some type of Rocket Man suit or a massive Johnny, as my eldest says, than soaking wet. So yeah, it's quite a functional bit of kit. As you've seen, it's all packed down. So that full setup is packed down into this small tactical chest pack. So you can't fault that, really, can you? I've got two walking poles with me. My recording gear's in my coat pocket. And yeah, that's a functional bit of kit, that. So, another good one. These are a bit of a daft thing, but do you know what? It rained on Kinder and I didn't get wet. So you can pull these down tight, tie them out down at the bottom. There's one either side. But really, where I'm going to be heading up on side of Kinder as well, there are going to be some quite windy conditions. So I might pull them open at the time. And any air that's going to go will go through it and not take me with it. Don't want to be flying off side of Fairbrook Naze, landing on Snake Pass, do I? So then we've also got the fly bug net, which can be used on its own. So it doesn't need the poncho top round it. So again, another functional bit of kit. Come summertime, I've got my bivvy bag. If it's blue skies for a few days, there's no weather fronts coming in, I could easily just take that out just to avoid the midges and the bugs. So yeah, what I've done is I've bought this kit so it's all functional. So you're going to have to use your imagination, but really, if I'm going out with my bivvy bag and there's not a lot of midges, it's windy, I can just take the ground sheet. And if I need to, I can set it up as a tarp. Again, if I'm taking my bivvy out, I can just go out in the bug net. But then if I do know it's going to rain, or if I do want protection from the wind, I can take the Tentsformer as well. So, as daft as it all looks, it is very functional. And I'm quite impressed with it, because I'm just a big kid, really, aren't I? I'm just out in woods building dens. So let's have a look inside it. So there's only enough room for one person in there, as you can see. I've tested my British Army bivvy bag and it fits in there fine. And then obviously my rucksack and everything, I could either double up as a pillow, sleep on top of it, or I have got another bag that goes over, which is like a bivvy for my backpack, so I can sit outside and keep it dry. But yeah, bathtub inner. The bathtub inner, I think it's 3000 ml hydrostatic. Again, 75D, ripstop, quite nice and thick, but quite lightweight as well. Whoa, let's get up. So another thing that is quite good with these, I've not set it up on the levelest ground, but as you peg it down, you've got a little bar in here. So if I were on a flat surface now, it would keep it nice and straight. So the bathtub would keep groundwater out. So yeah, it's absolutely lovely in here when the sun's out. Look at that. So literally, like I said earlier, it's spring, the clouds just keep blowing over, absolutely soaking us. And then once it breaks, you've got this absolutely glorious sunshine. Beautiful. Come on. Right, this is the pack size as well. So you got the ground sheet, about 310 grams, I believe, I'll check. You've got the Tentsformer, including pegs as well and guy lines. That's about 630 grams. And then you've got the bug net, which I believe is about 680 grams. So altogether, pegs are in there as well. Guy lines, you're looking at what, 1,600 grams, just over. Which, to be fair, is quite good for a little functional bit of kit. So, like I say, I could just use that with a bivvy bag. I could just use that on its own if I'm out walking, a bit of a windbreak shelter. Could just use that with a bivvy bag or without. Come summertime, little little summer sleeping bag. I'd be sound with that, wouldn't I? Keeps all the midges off. You're getting a good night's sleep. And again, you just need one walking pole with the setup. And you're laughing, just like me. Wandering out woods on Sunday talking to me, son. Well, hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, come and give us a subscribe. Going to be plenty of wild camps this summer. I'll test out each and every bit of that kit. Different environments, different weathers. I've been scoping a little cave out I want to go and check out. I'm going to be up on the top of, I think I'm right up to Fairbrook Naze this coming weekend. So I'll be taking Big Dafton with me. Getting set up on there, hopefully not got blown off the side. It's a decent drop off there. Yeah. And in between that, I'm just going to be wandering around these woodlands talking to me, son. Right, as always, guys, picked everything up. Pegs. Not leaving anything behind. Just me and my little pack of goodness. Looks like somebody's been up here den building. Look at that though as well. No need, is there? Crisp packet. Right, I'll set that with me. That's my good deed done for today. If you're ever out and about and you see rubbish, pick it up, put it in bin. Obviously some people need educating, don't they? So like I said before, they talk about widow makers. This little woodland is Widowmaker Central. Look at this big guy. You imagine being set up with your tent, bit of wind picks up and that comes falling down. Look at the size of her. I'm talking about that one. Look at these up here. There's two that have already started to go. Yeah, you do not want that dropping on your head while you're trying to get a bit of kip, do you? Or you start making your pot noodle. Look at the size of that. To be fair, that'd make a good little shelter for a video of that. There's a big one down there going as well. Yeah, you don't want to be camping under one of them. So when you do set your Tentsformer up, don't set it up underneath them. I think I'm going to walk around that one. So, have a good weekend, people. See you in a bit. Goodbye.